We finally had a funny like pre-show thing, and I didn't do the organic opening. This is what happens, Mark, when you shame me out of organic openings. Anyway.
Hello, baby. Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hello and welcome to episode 342 of The Brink of Sanity. I am Jay, and with me is Mark and Lauren, not Bry.
Hello.
Lauren, it's been 8 years
Bry
since
had
you've been on the
surgery,
show.
and now he's Lauren. We're going to call him Lauren, but it's still Bry.
He's transitioning.
He's transitioning. Hi, Lauren.
I mean, most of the parts are, in the right places now. But hi, how does my sound? Do I sound like a girl?
That was quick.
That was pretty good. Well, just tell us about your gambling habit, and we'll know it's you.
Oh, geez, I'm behind, y'all. I like that along with my penis. So no more gambling.
Oh, God damn it. Bry is not joining us tonight because he no longer sleeps. He is literally the Walking Dead. Anyone worried about Bry?
I mean, I'm worried about kind of most of us, except Mark, because he's on his little rancho relaxo, whatever the hell you live in. But
I live in a house, Jay. It's crazy that I live in a house. I am 41 years old. I live in a house. Bizarre times. So Bry wakes up at like 3 a.m. every day and is just up for the day. He sleeps for like 4 hours. I am like the coronavirus has to like rush and speed up just to kill him before his sleep will kill him.
I think he's secretly trying to bring down his immune system, so when he gets it, it's really bad.
Laura, do you think waking up at 3 a.m. every day, not on purpose, is a good idea?
I never think that's a good idea. For my last job, I had to wake up at 5:30, and that was torture enough. I can't imagine 3 or 3:30. No, thank you.
Yeah, this does not sound good.
But the thing is, if it's not on purpose, it's not an idea.
Why? Why is that happening?
I don't know.
We don't know.
He says he wakes up at 3, like maybe to go to the bathroom. He wakes up and then can't go back to sleep, and that's like his day. Anyway, we started the show off. Lauren and I were back. Lauren and myself were on a show together with Jay back in 2012. We vaguely remember each other, or Lauren doesn't remember me at all. And before the show started, I said to Lauren, "Hey, just want to apologize ahead of time in case I offend you in any way. I don't mean to. Let's do the show." And Lauren just goes, "Hey, just want to let you know I'm black." I'm not sure what she thought I was going to say. I warned her I was Jewish. I guess this show is going to be off to it's a good start to the show.
I mean, I'm just letting you know, if you're like, those blacks that keep getting gunned down, like, I'm all for it. I mean, I'm just letting you know ahead of time. You might want to change your script.
So we're going to do the Klan bit next week, right, Mark?
Yes. Next week, all Klan, all the time. I guess so we're going to start the show debating the Georgia killing when and I guess I can't take the side I wanted to take because Lauren's on the show now.
I mean, sorry, not sorry. You can talk about that next week. You're fine. You'll be okay.
And Lauren, if anything you want to do Jewish wise, we've done it on the show already.
I mean, what do they say? Like, oh, I have a black friend. Well, I had a Jewish boyfriend, so that counts. I can't be like anti-Semitic. I had a Jewish boyfriend. Isn't that how it works?
That is pretty good. Did he give you access to the banks and the media? Because we own that.
No, but I went to a Seder. Does that count?
Oh, that's pretty good. That's not bad.
All right, there you go.
So how you doing, Lauren?
I'm doing great. Quarantine times. I lost my job like a month and a half ago. So I just spend my time watching TV, taking walks, and making cocktails. So I'm getting unemployment now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What line of what line of work were you in?
I was a human resources manager. So I kind of knew it was coming. Like you get that HR feeling. You're like, yeah, they're going to lay some people off and I'm going to be one of them. So it happened, at the very end of May. It took me over a month to get that unemployment check happened. So I was annoyed.
That's really annoying. You meant end of March, right?
At the end of March. Yeah, sorry. Quarantine. What day is it? Is it Tuesday, Friday? I have no idea. Does it matter?
You said end of May, and I was like, is it June? Have I really lost it?
Somebody has. Have we all?
I think every day I lose a little more. Yeah. How do you, both of you, how do you keep your mood up? Not in the sense of is there anything you're doing to make yourself a little happier in the day? Like any mood boosters besides actually hardcore drugs?
I mean, I'm a goddamn mess, so it's probably a bad question for me.
Jay, you're a goddamn mess prior to this. You're like, okay, of course the coronavirus is happening.
It's way worse now. I mean, I'm barely holding it together.
Did you get screamed at by your bosses via Zoom today?
No. Today was one of the few days where I did not get abused.
Oh, that's great. Good. Like,
congratulations.
Yeah. It's a one day in a row. It's good.
Do you have like a board where you can put it up one day in a row without being abused via online chat?
I mean, considering it's almost every day, there's no point of the board.
Do you ever when they're being mean to you? Do you ever just click it off and go, online issue? Sorry, this Zoom stuff doesn't really work very well.
That's not a bad idea.
Internet issues. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So Lauren, I have a question for you. I don't know. Are you single? Are you with someone right now?
Oh, thanks for bringing that up.
I'm trying to hit all the topics that make you feel as good as possible. How's it going with you? How's it going with you and your mom? Are you guys close these days?
Well, she's dead, so that was also just pile it on.
You're on a roll,
Mark. So if you were dating someone and you walk I don't know how you feel if your significant other, you walk in on them and they're middle of the day looking at porn middle of the day. I don't know if you like that or not, if that's okay with you. But if you walked in and they were looking at basically porn stars teaching them how to give themselves a haircut, would that be okay with you?
Are they naked?
Yeah. So there's a thing now that basically, I guess cam girls, they besides doing dancing and overall whatever they do, now they're offering services. And there's one that I guess that there's something that's offering how to do haircuts. I assume they get naked for while they give the tutorial, but they're basically branching out from just dancing.
I mean, I say to the ladies, go get your money, girl. If it was my significant other, of which I have none, I can give out my number later. I would not. I'd be like, why? There's so many YouTube videos. You have to watch them naked. We could watch porn together for sexy times, but now you're going to get a haircut tutorial from a stripper.
I just thought this was a very clever thing, though. They could just do all these how-to videos. You're you're walking. Wait, you really need to watch this video to know how to change a light bulb? It's just great technique.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, these are hard times. People got to get their money. And if she's like, oh, do you want to watch me make some muffins? She's not wearing anything. That's fine.
Honey, her technique at using scissors, I just never use scissors like that. I'm just watching. It's research. I just need to know how to do stuff here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to help our family out. Boiling water is next.
Wait, so I'm guessing you're married?
Yes, I'm married.
Yeah, sorry.
We are starting the show tonight at 9:00 because I am married with kids. Jay, in some level, Jay hates my kids because it made the show move later and later for him.
I feel like the show would be 200 times funnier if we did it at 7 p.m.
Yeah, it'd be 200 times funnier because my kids would be on the show with us, or I just have to give up the show.
We don't need to rehash this. I think Mark can just sit them in front of a PlayStation for an hour and we could do the show, but Mark disagrees. So
Jay's writing a book on parenting. It's going to come out soon. But I thought that was clever. The whole the how-to videos.
Yeah, I mean, why not start a whole series?
No, I saw the article and I kind of want to now. My hair is getting long and I need to know how to cut it. So.
Are you still growing your quarantine beard?
I shaved it. I couldn't take it anymore.
Did you at least take a picture?
It got pretty long. I could send you a picture.
Okay.
Lauren, do you like guys with beards?
I really do, but it can't be like one of those beards that has like beard dandruff. You have to take care of it. But to answer your question, yes, that's kind of like lumberjack sexy hot.
Okay. Well, maybe it's worth on that level. Just like the first part, you said you have to take care of it. Like, I don't want another job. Now I have to take care of like my facial hair. I have trouble taking care of the hair on the top of my head. Yeah.
Boo hoo. Women have to take care of the hair on the top of their head, on their freaking eyebrows, their vajayjays, their legs, their armpits, and you want to cry.
Oh yeah, we have to give birth to children. Oh wait, that's you. Never mind. Sorry, you win.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not gonna win that with me.
There's no point in debating. Like like women win every argument because if you give birth to children, everything else, there's nothing else we could say, really.
We win. Yeah, just get some of that beard oil. Take care of it. Like, they have that shit online. It smells good. Just rub it in, makes it look all luscious. And then your lady's like, sexy. I mean, women.
I noticed at least I couldn't stop touching my face. My hand was basically glued to my face all day from this beard. It was both like I enjoyed touching it, at the same time it was just driving me a little crazy, so I had to shave it.
Boo.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you guys doing for the what things are you doing in honor of the virus, of the pandemic? I grew a beard. What else have you guys been doing?
Wearing a lot more pajamas.
Yes.
I haven't worn pants in like 2 months. Lauren, you wearing pants these days?
I do wear pants, but they're stretchy. They're stretchy pants. Yoga pants, leggings, pajama pants. I switch them out, but they all have one thing in common, and that is like spandexy. Like there's no buttons, there's no zippers. I don't know how much I weigh. I don't want to talk about it. But I do wear pants.
Well, actually, the next topic. Okay, we'll just not to the. You don't want to know the weight thing. We'll just skip the next topic.
No, I'm kidding. We could talk about it.
You know what I have recently become. I don't want to be this person, but I've become a hoarder for toilet paper. I'm just going to admit it on the show right now. I have, in the last few days, I have bought like 100 rolls of toilet paper.
It's not even that hard to get.
That's why I've been getting it. It was so hard to get, and like every day I'd be like, "Are we gonna run out of toilet paper soon?" Like counting how much we have, and suddenly it's like available, and so I bought over 100 rolls of toilet paper in the last 3 days, just like losing my mind. I'm like, I can finally get this stuff.
Long Island storage capacity.
Yes, because I live in a house, I can just store stuff, so it doesn't really matter.
Mark has so many rooms, he just has a toilet paper room.
This is where the toilet paper lives. Oh, can I have a roll? I will kill you.
It's next door to the black bean room.
Do you, Jay, if I gave you 100 rolls of toilet paper, could you find a place to put it in your apartment?
No. It would be like my monitor would be on it. I would be sitting on it to prop myself up. It would be like I'd make furniture out of it. I'd be sitting on a toilet paper roll chair.
It was just weird, like for a while. So my wife has also barred me from going to stores, and so you have to try to find it online. And you can't really find it online, and I don't know. I would just be like, "Oh, this is gonna really suck when we run out of toilet paper." But then suddenly now it's available, so I've been ordering it. And I at some point it'll be not available again. So
yeah, because you're buying all of it.
Yeah, I'm a hoarder. I don't know. I can't stop. I've got problems.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, no, it's not even sounds like it. It is. What else is new with you guys? And by new with it, I don't know much about you, Lauren. So what's new with you?
And by what's new, you can literally say.
Okay, what is my life like? Is that
what's your life like? What's going on?
So yeah, as we were talking about a little bit before the show, but I met Jay back in like maybe 2004. Do you think 2005, Jay?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
In New York, and then I moved back to Boston in late 2013. So I live in Boston now. I liked living by myself for a while, but last year I moved in with my brother, which is kind of weird because he's a lot younger than me. We hadn't lived together since I was like 18 and moved out of the house. But it's cool because we have a big ass house. Jay has seen it. Jay and Kat have been here a couple times, I think. So it's like a 4.5 bedroom house in Boston. So I have a lot of space. I could have a toilet paper room if I so
Oh.
desired.
Oh, so Jay's just the weird one here. Jay, come on. You got to get a toilet paper room. Go on.
So I do have a whole room that could be a bedroom, but it's my closet. So that's how I live my life.
Are you just making Jay feel bad about himself now?
No, I know Jay wants to move out eventually and he'll get there. But he also lives close to the cities, like he's in the city, which is also a perk, right?
Yeah.
I don't really care about the city at all at this point.
I was trying to make you feel better, Jay.
Jay, do you take advantage? Do you take advantage of by meeting nice, interesting people like your neighbors?
Oh my God. Forget this week was I actually had to write a letter this week.
If you murdered your neighbors, would you submit the brink of sanity as evidence of of cause of it was just self-defense basically?
I mean, I'd be like, download the last 20 episodes and you could probably put together my descent into madness like in real time.
Yeah. Lauren, is Masters just opened yet? I'm guessing not, right?
No, we are not open. I think they opened up like a couple of golf courses.
Yeah, golf is open here as well. I guess that's a social distancing kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
are you when things open up? What are you gonna do? Are you going to rush to a packed TJ Maxx, or are you going to
negative, sir?
I can't, why would you if your state opens up? Why would the first thing you do is rush to a TJ Maxx?
Okay, I'll tell you like the Lauren of yestermonth. So 2-3 months ago, Lauren, I was out almost every night of the week. I was going to restaurants, I was going to bars, I was going to concerts and sporting events. Like I was out all the time. But I don't need that in my life. I'd rather stay alive. And I am perfectly happy to watch hours and hours and hours of TV. So I don't need to be out. When things go back to quote unquote normal, I'm not going to rush out to go to the bar, to go to the store. I really do want to get my nails and eyebrows done, but that can wait.
Yeah. Everyone has their things, though. Some people you want to get your nails and eyebrows done. Some people want to go to a packed bar. What the hell's wrong with our country? There's story after story. There's a story of a woman went to McDonald's, found out they were only doing takeout. You couldn't sit in the McDonald's, and she shot 3 employees.
Oh yeah, I read about that.
Why would that be a reaction to shoot them?
We're such a dumb country.
There was an ice cream place in Cape Cod where they opened up. It was a popular ice cream place, but they were trying to do everything really social distancing, do everything right. The people in line just kept screaming profanities at the 16-year-old girl that was serving ice cream until she quit the job.
So that brings us to an email, thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. Mr. C writes, "Hey guys, did you manage to get a spot on the August cruises? Heard they're selling out fast."
They are selling. Yeah, they said they are up 600%.
Yes, that is the thing he said. Cruise Planners, a company that books cruises on the world's largest cruise ships, said their booking shot up by 600% when they announced the cruises would begin August 1st. It's a 200% increase over the same time last year.
Jesus. Everyone wants to get on their COVID cruise. Why? Why is that?
And so
they were offering great prices to die, I guess. But
he writes,
die in luxury.
How much would someone have to pay you to take a 5-day cruise in August?
A 5-day cruise in August. I'm wanting $100,000, maybe more.
Now think about it.
I was going to say $100,000 a day.
Yeah, I don't think I don't like cruises to begin with. It just sounds like it could be a horrendous experience.
I mean, think about it. If this thing spikes again, you might get quarantined on a ship like that happened when this whole thing started. And then you're just locked on a ship with people getting sicker and sicker.
You're probably going to, because the people coming on the ship with you are probably not the brightest people in society. Definitely people have not been social distancing.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
You are basically going on coronavirus, you're going to the disease. Where am I going? I'm going to the heart of the actual virus.
Yeah, you're going on the freedom-loving MAGA cruise.
Yeah.
But at least they have buffets.
Yes. You could actually you could eat as much as you want, get that coronavirus into as much. You could wash it. If they have free drinks, I'm in. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you just get a balcony room, and if people start to get sick, you just chill out in your room and on your balcony and be like, bring me my food and my drinks, and I'll just hang out in this room on my balcony for a while.
Lauren, so what would you feel more comfortable doing? Getting on the 5-day cruise or taking an airplane ride, like a 6-hour airplane ride?
Ooh, I've actually thought about that. Not that exact scenario.
Okay.
I had to take a flight. I've been thinking about like they're selling those full body suits. So I would just be in one of those. Like
When you say full body suit, are you dressing like an astronaut for the flight?
almost, but I think that would cost a bit too much.
Okay.
But plastic, like a big old plastic or vinyl kind of suit, goggles, gloves, face mask. And for 6 hours, I think I could handle that. Like I'm not fucking touching anything, and then you just burn it. You burn it all when you get there.
I think if that's my choice, I'm just gonna take the coronavirus. That sounds awful. 6 hours sitting in a plastic outfit, sweating to death, being like, "Oh, I'm okay. This is great.
Scuba
So you
diving.
have
Yay,
three
yay,
plates.
Vegas."
You have Corona on a plate. You have a 6 hour potential Corona flight and a 5 day potential Corona cruise. You're just taking Corona on a plate.
Okay. So how's this? I'll give you you can rank them. 5-day cruise, 6-hour flight, or a homeless man. The next one you see coughs in your face.
Ooh. Flight cruise, homeless man.
Question.
Flight cruise, homeless man. Okay.
I am not in Mark's socioeconomic class, so I haven't been on a cruise. Can you get delivery to your room on a cruise?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I've only been on one cruise. Lauren, have you been on cruises before?
Yeah, like a dozen.
Okay, so you're like a veteran. You before this were like, I'm going all cruising, and now they've killed it for you.
You know, I took a lot when I was younger, and it's a good way to see a lot of countries in a short amount of time and find out where you might want to go back to on a larger stay. I mean, okay, cruise commercial over. So I've liked cruises in the past anyway. But when my dad went on a cruise, he got off his cruise like in early May. It's March, Jesus Christ, in early March. And I was like, Dad, you literally just got off a cruise. Coronavirus is blowing up. And I thought that was stupid. I don't think he should have gone. So am I booking a cruise in August? Hell no. Maybe like August 2022. We'll see how things go, right? Is there a vaccine out there? I don't need to get on a cruise that bad.
Okay, so here's the situation. It's August 2022. It's a great cruise, great price. Half of America is refusing to take the vaccine. Do you take the cruise?
Well, the vaccine exists, so sure.
Yeah. Okay. Just. Oh, I guess. Well, you took the vaccine. You're probably fine, surrounded by people who may or may not have taken the vaccine.
Yeah, if they die, I'm okay with it. That's their bad.
I mean, like it was only like a 40% death rate on the trip, but like I got double portions at dinner. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, are the cruise staff vaccinated? Because as long as I can get my meals and drinks, if like grandma's dying at the next table because she didn't want to take that vaccine, bye grandma.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Here's a question for you, just changing topics a little bit. Jay's been doing this show now. Jay, Brinkestein has been around since the dawn of time.
February 2008.
Has it blown up as much as you'd hope it would blow up?
It is so comically below where I thought we'd be that it's comical that we're even doing the show. But
if you had 10 times the number of listeners as you have right now, would it still be comically ridiculous to do the show?
Yeah.
Anyway, so you've been doing it for a long time. I guess I've been doing it a long time as well. It's a complete joke, but people are home now. We're doing more shows, and people have lots of time in their hands. You would think it'd blow up a little more, right, Jay?
You would think, but I mean, the people who like the show seem to really enjoy it. Like, we never get emails saying, like, you suck or, you know, that show wasn't that good. Like, people seem pretty passionate about the show, so...
Lauren, what would you find more interesting? The Brinkestein show. I don't know if you really listen to our show, to the show that you're on. I don't know if you listen to the show. But would be listening to the Brink of Sanity show be more interesting, or I don't know, being like part of a Facebook group where you just role play being part of an ant colony? What would be more interesting to you?
Ooh, that's hard. So role playing the ant colony. Do I get
Yeah,
all through things?
Yeah, there's a queen ant or whatever, the king, whatever they call it, and she rules you, and everyone else is an ant, and you role play being an ant. Would that be more interesting to you, or listening to the Brink of Sanity show?
If I could be the queen, I'd go ant colony.
But you probably can't be the queen. So what if you're not?
Damn it! Fine, Brink of Sanity.
Okay, so there is a Facebook group. The Facebook group has 1.8 million members who role play being an ant. Jay, what the hell's wrong with our show that being an ant is so much more goddamn popular than listening to our show?
Pretty much everything is more popular than listening to our show. So for those,
why do we waste our show time doing a podcast when we can just say, "Hey, who wants to be an ant?" And people are like, "I'll throw money at you."
So for those of you who remember, we started a podcast, Donald Trump Happened, and we did a couple posts right when Trump got elected, and then the people who organized it with us bowed out, and Mark and I said, well, we're not going to do all the work because we already do the Knicks and Brink, so we're going to drop it. Since then, the show has gotten 850 more followers. The Facebook page has gotten 850 more followers, and we haven't posted in years.
Again, not as popular as just role-playing an ant.
True.
But yeah, I mean, we probably should have gone with the Lauren, did we make a mistake not turning our podcast into the Donald Trump Happened podcast?
I mean, it's not too late. He's still ridiculous. So have at it.
We only have 4 more years, so.
Oh God.
It's just a fact. We all just have to grin and bear it. We know he's winning. We can all cry, but it's going to happen. So we all should probably just join this ant thing on Facebook. It's probably better than real life.
Join the ant thing and say, you know, what's just as cool as this? Brink of Sanity.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad idea.
Yes.
To be part of the group, they say you have to have seen Pixar's A Bug's Life. That's one of the prerequisites. But they do not allow politics. They do not allow religion. You just discuss ant-related topics.
So annoying.
1.8 million people. But Jay, this show is also good. As far as the world thinks, we are just not as awesome as ants.
How many people listen to this right now?
Shh, we can't talk about that, Lauren.
Okay, sorry, taboo.
I was just making a joke. I don't really care. There's at least 3 or 4 ants listen to the show.
It's the number is in the 3 digits, which is just sad.
We're in that 3 digits. Where's the decimal point?
Update. I guess my letter was not effective.
So I also, Lauren, I have a question for you. During these tough times, do you think the politicians really care about us?
Which ones?
I don't know, just generally politicians. Like,
No.
Do you think they are, like, in this time, like, if you were, let's say you were part of like legislation, like a state senator, what would be important bills you'd be working on to help people out?
Well, I read something about a potential second stimulus check that's, I guess, being maybe voted on or discussed this Friday.
That seems like a good idea.
I would love that. It's like, more money for me, please.
No, that's great. In Pennsylvania, they really understand what's going on. It's the people are hurting, and so they've just worked to finally ban child marriage. It was a pressing issue. They needed to work on it right now.
It's good they're focused.
That's what everyone's been talking about.
Yeah.
Coronavirus is like, fuck, we can't go to Pennsylvania now. I don't know why. But Pennsylvania has been working really hard. They are the 3rd state in the nation to ban child marriage. And what the fuck's going on in Pennsylvania that this was an urgent thing you had to deal with?
No. Roll back. Only the 3rd?
Only the 3rd. Because I don't know how you look at it. You could say only the third. What's wrong with the other 47 states? Or the other 47 states are like, we don't have to make this the law. Our people aren't that fucked up that we have to sue. But Utah, I mean, like, you probably should ban it in Utah. But generally speaking, most states don't need this law.
Oh, what's happening with Florida?
Right now, Delaware and New Jersey are the other two states that are like, it's a big problem. We have to make sure it's clear to everyone. Children can't marry.
That's fair.
We live in a great country.
No, but Pennsylvania, your votes matter because during the pandemic, your kids will not marry each other. So we're good.
They should put that on
was
their
concerned.
brochures.
I've been writing my state senator in New York all the time, being like, "What about child marriage? Forget about people dying in hospitals."
They should put that on their brochures.
New York doesn't have that many coronavirus cases, right? Just a couple.
Almost none if you just only count like the Buffalo region.
Got it.
How is it that the New York, I remember distinctly when they were like, there's this one lawyer in Westchester that has it. That was like in early March. And now I think everyone in New York has had it 3 times. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I don't understand at all what's going on here.
Everyone lives on top of each other. Well, where Jay lives, at least.
Yeah. Jay, are they just giving it out at like a door to door there?
If they do, it's not
hello.
quick
Do you want
enough.
pizza or coronavirus?
I mean, if they do, it's not quick enough because my shitty asshole neighbors don't have it.
Womp womp.
How is your girlfriend doing? Who's fighting on the front lines?
She's doing a little better. It's slowing down a little bit at the hospital.
Can either of you get tested?
No.
I think you can get. My understanding is that like the urgent care centers now have them, the tests.
She is getting an antibody test this week, but she can't get the actual test because she doesn't have enough symptoms.
Okay. And what about you?
I can get it if I pay $100, and I refuse to.
$100?
Yeah, every other country in the world is doing it for free, and we're charging people $100. So I'm not doing it.
I mean, you got to make money somehow. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed, there's also like 500% more cops out there with speed traps and stuff. I guess they're trying to make up lost revenue.
I've not noticed that because I just don't drive it. I barely drive anymore, but that makes a lot of sense because a lot of these towns were just funded by like cops being like jackasses.
That's really cool. I mean, 40 million people lost their jobs. Let's try and get people for, petty speeding violations. My girlfriend got 2 speeding tickets, both of them for 36 miles an hour for speeding in a school zone while there's no school.
Can she just say, I'm heading to the hospital to fight corona? And the cop's like, shouldn't the cop be like, oh, got it. I'll be your police escort.
I mean, that's the way it should be, yeah.
Holy shit. What kind of fucking 36 in this and there's no fucking schools.
Yep, exactly. They're one of those like camera lights. So you just get a picture of your car in the mail and they're like, guess what? You win minus $50.
Oh, shit. That shit shouldn't be illegal. They should make the cop fucking come up to you and give it to you. Like, the camera stuff is absurd.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? If you didn't physically catch me, then I didn't do it. That's the way
crimes exactly. Work. You know, that picture you sent me, the car's not moving. I was just parked. How much are the tickets?
I think it was about 50 each.
That's still fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because you get like points on your license too, right?
No, they said it was a no point thing.
Okay. Did they ask for a tip also? They're like, we really need the help right now. I mean, like,
in these trying times.
So Lauren.
Yeah.
If the vaccine happens, are you going to take it?
I mean, I'll let some white people take it first and see what happens. And if they start bleeding from their orifices, I'll wait a little while.
Okay.
Is that fair?
I think the white people are definitely going to take it first, just because, like, that's just how everything works. But,
all the richy riches will take it first, and then
of course,
I'll wait a little while, and they're like, I feel great, and they go get their coffee and their salads, And if they're still fine, then yeah, I'll go get one.
Makes sense. I letting people letting more human guinea pigs happen before you take it makes sense. What do you think about the people who are saying that the vaccine is tainted, it doesn't really work, and it's part of a government conspiracy, we shouldn't take it? What do you think of those people?
Well, there is no vaccine yet, so.
Well, they're making the argument that the vaccine is tainted and it's not real. So this argument's really happening for something that doesn't exist yet. So what do you think?
I think that those people are obviously morons, because how can something be tainted if it doesn't even exist yet?
But if it did exist, it would be tainted. So the argument's there.
All right. Well, they can not take it and die. I mean, they deserve that, right? At the very least.
Yeah. It's kind of why is it like this, that we live in a society where people are already arguing over whether the coronavirus vaccine is it like what should we take something that doesn't even exist yet?
This is America.
America. Fuck yeah.
Want to do another email?
Sure.
All right. Pa writes, my job involves delivering stuff to the health centers and hospitals every day, and I've been listening to 1 or 2 Brink pods per day. Awesome. It's great to have such a vast backlog of episodes to listen to, though I've noticed there's a slightly noticeable voice change in Jane Mark from about 2015 and back. It's quite unsettling, so I haven't gone back more.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. I guess we went through puberty.
We went through puberty, yeah. We had good episodes back then. You really should go back. Whatever we're doing with our voices, it was fine back then.
I feel like you're missing the golden age of Brink.
Yeah, and Jay's just saying the show is like stale and awful now, but go on.
Anyway, where on the world would you guys move to if you had one choice? In this scenario, you don't need to worry about your jobs or friends and family.
Okay. I think I would like to live in Italy. So I'm going from one like Corona spot, hot spot to another. Like I'm not really like. Costa Rica would be pretty awesome. You guys?
I would probably go to Japan.
I was going to say Italy, but you stole it.
I did steal it. Yes.
So I guess second place would be France.
France would be good. Paris or like a different part of France?
No. Probably the Loire Valley where all the chateaus are. That's my jam.
Jay, do you know if you lived in a chateau, your neighbors would still suck, right, Jay?
Yeah, the chateau next door would have a subwoofer.
Holy shit! How are you making so much noise in a chateau that's like 30? You're a half a mile from me. Shut the fuck up.
By the way, my neighbor's being loud as we speak, so my letter did not work. Can you just
write a letter to your? What do you?
I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter on Sunday morning.
What? Tell them your girlfriend is a nurse. She
that
has
was the opening line. That was the opening line of the letter.
And what have you heard back yet?
I said, I know it must suck me asking you to be quiet, but it sucks even more having 3 hours of sleep and then having to carry corpses into a freezer.
Well, you're not even describing her profession. You're being vague, Jay, of what she does. I mean, she's they're like, oh, this person is they work in a cemetery. I don't know.
No, I threw
Jay, you didn't say where you would move though. I need to know.
Japan.
Ah, good one.
Japan's awesome. They do everything better than we do.
Jay's been to Japan like twice in the last 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Jay's he's a frequent customer. He's gonna get like next time he goes, he gets like that little punch card thing.
I love Japan.
Well, they have like cool food, and aren't they like super clean and?
Yeah, nice? You know what's funny? They're also so polite. I've been watching old UFCs, Ultimate Fighting, and one of the really early ones, they went to Japan, and the crowd is watching in complete silence because that's their culture, to be polite. So you can hear like the breathing of the fighters, and like it's weird. And then, you know, after the fight, everyone stood up and clapped because it was a really good fight and they enjoyed it. But it's like, it's not their culture to scream throughout the entire match. And like, it was very interesting.
That is interesting. Jay also thinks the Japanese girls are hot. So that's the other thing.
I do. I really do.
Jay had to confirm.
Pa also writes, I am in Scotland and America has this surreal David Lynch-esque atmosphere about it. I definitely wouldn't move to one of the try-hard places like Los Angeles, but I consider a place like Denver or Milwaukee. I would feel blessed to be a part of the utter cartoon you guys are living in daily.
Why Milwaukee?
Milwaukee.
Yeah, I was like, I can see LA. Denver, I think would be a really cool place to live. Milwaukee, I don't think people in Milwaukee think it's a cool place to live.
No one likes Milwaukee. Is that a place? Is that a real thing? Change it up.
They have some sports teams. That's the only thing I know about Milwaukee.
The Brewers, I bet it's nice if we have any Milwaukee listeners. If not, then fuck it.
I think he's thinking more like Midwestern, so you're not like deep south and you're also not in like complete like shoulder to shoulder bullshit like New York.
So where exactly are you living, Jay? Why don't you leave the country, Jay? Well, you did leave it. Never mind.
No,
where else do you live besides Japan? Anywhere else?
I mean, I haven't been to Europe, so I can't really say. I mean, I would probably pick pretty much.
You haven't been to Europe like Lauren and I? You have a vacation there? Come on, Jay.
Like I said, I'm not in your socioeconomic class, but I would probably pick any European country as opposed to what's going on here right now.
Denmark seems like they like all like the Norway, Finland. They seem like people are pretty happy in those countries, even though it's kind of cold.
I mean, if you look up,
I've been there and they're nice, but the food isn't the best, and their language is like, nope.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna pick up another language. Can they adapt and like speak my language? Because like I'm fucking not learning another language just because I'm not that good.
I think a lot of Finnish people speak English, so maybe Finland.
Okay. I'll just be like in their restaurants, being like they're like talking to me in Finnish, and I'd be like, English, please. We're in America. They'd be like, you're not in America. Whatever. Just talk to me in English.
I mean, if you look up like rankings by quality of life, the top 10 is like 9 Nordic countries and Canada.
You know how not smart I am? I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, is there a language called Finnish? I have no idea, actually. If you told me that's not what they actually speak there, I don't fucking know. What language do they speak in Finland?
Finnish.
Is it definitely Finnish?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So then Norway, what do they speak there? Is it Norwish?
Nordish.
Norwegian? Like the cruise line.
Okay. So we're saying ish to everything.
I feel like we should have like a streamlined, like everything should have the same ending for the language. Because it just makes it confusing otherwise.
Why don't we just have everyone speak English? It would just be easier for everyone.
No. Like, English, Norrish, Canadish, like everything should have the same ending.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Swedish.
Right. I mean, some of them follow it, but it's confusing if everybody has a different.
Yeah, it should be Francish.
Mexikish.
Or ease.
Yeah. Americish.
Francies. Italy's. I don't know. Anyway, we have another email.
I saw a headline. Tell me what you think of this headline. It's from Vice News.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally legal to follow women and film their breasts without their consent. 3 male judges rule. Is that a weird headline?
Shocking that it was 3 male judges.
Basically, this guy in Tennessee was going to stores like a Walmart, hanging in like the lobby-ish area where you walk in, and just filming women and kind of trying to aim for their breasts and just trying to film them as they walk in. He said, I understand that I may have been wrong in doing that. But he was like, I'm not selling the videos, just using it for my personal pleasure. And the judges said they were in public, and I guess this is legal because what the fuck now?
This is the country we live in.
He was hanging out at Walmart and Hobby Lobby. And some woman smacked him, and he got into a brawl with that person. So he was charged with like battery also. But the filming part, totally cool.
Do we have any not embarrassing stories that come from America?
America, it's awesome.
Like one story, like America acted totally normal for 24 hours.
By the way, speaking of that story in Georgia, with the black guy that got killed, do you know whose life's really in danger now? The guy who filmed it. Apparently, he's getting death threats.
Well, he didn't really stop it.
I don't think he had. Did you send him a death threat, Jay?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you were like, say, hey, I'm going to go harass this guy with my shotgun, I wouldn't say, good idea, Mark. I'm going to film this.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that part you have a good point. I think half of America feels like they're the camera crew for the rest of America now.
I'd say, hey, Mark, maybe you shouldn't like harass that guy with your shotgun instead of
Yeah,
instead of
that is
like
a
I'm
fair
going to
point.
film this and upload it to YouTube.
You definitely sent him a death threat, didn't you, Jay? I was thinking good about the fact that he filmed it, so like at least like these guys hopefully will go to prison, which they won't. But
So
Lauren, Lauren's like, great. Let's move on.
So Madi writes, hey guys, I'll try and be brief so you can read this on the show. I signed up for Patreon for you guys. Thank you so much, Madi.
Nice. Thank you.
We got two new Patreons this week, so thank you so much.
You know, New York City said they were going to hold the Macy's fireworks.
Good. That's good.
When?
Why are they doing this?
July 4th?
Yeah, like the fireworks where everyone gathers around and passes out coronavirus to each other. We're doing.
I think they already canceled the Boston ones.
Yeah, it's coronavirus isn't really here yet. We're totally fine. We can do it here.
Mm-hmm.
So patreon.com/thebrinkofsanity if you want to join Muddy. Thank you. First of all, this week's show notes. So I was having a meltdown last show, and I just wrote this random rambling paragraph for the show notes. Does anybody read this? And then I just wrote about how my neighbors made me have a meltdown. And so he wrote, yes, I read them, but mostly just to see if it starts with Mark, Jay, and Bry. Otherwise, I get sad. Sometimes I'll listen,
Lauren.
but it's never as good if it's not all three.
Sorry, Lauren.
I'm not offended. It's fine.
Second, you guys are really underrated podcast. It's one of the few podcasts I get excited to see in my feed. You guys just have good chemistry or something. I don't know how to build it more, but I only started listening to it because a friend of mine, Shaggy, listens to the show.
Haggai?
I think it's Haggai. He's written to the podcast a lot.
Okay.
He listens to the Nick show, got to Brink, and sent me the episode where you guys are talking about cars for kids. We're both Orthodox Jews, so I thought it was hilarious. So yeah, like you guys said a couple weeks ago, you should be promoting more on the Nick's podcast. We actually took that advice last Nick's episode. Third, had a random question to Mark about why he bothers to buy kosher for Passover cereal, and I assume more than that, something he was talking about last year, if he's not religious and he doesn't believe any of that stuff anyway.
I don't believe any of this. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just feel like the need sometimes to celebrate some of the holidays just because out of guilt or I don't know. I don't eat pork because I don't have a really good reason because I don't believe in any religion. But I'm Jewish and like somehow it reminds me I'm Jew. I don't know why I do anything in life.
Isn't 90% of the Jewish religion just making you feel guilty?
Yeah, I mean, that's the most Jewish thing you can do is feel guilty, and you need things to feel guilty about. So I don't eat pork, but I think about that. Other things like Passover this year, I was like, you're not supposed to eat bread. I was like, I'm not supposed to be in a pandemic either. So I said, fuck it, I'm eating bread. And the whole time I was like, am I making the pandemic worse by eating bread? Somehow, like, everyone else is being punished because I'm eating bread? I don't know.
All right.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Yeah, so by the way, kosher for Passover cereal is fucking terrible. I might rather try the coronavirus than actually have another bowl of that shit. But most of the stuff they make for it is so bad. The entire purpose of what you eat during Passover is just to make you like just miss bread so much.
Being Jewish is all about just having a passion for bread by denying it to yourself.
I don't know. We all deny ourselves stuff. I mean, like, what's the Christian or Catholic holiday where you give up Lent, where you give up stuff?
The Jewish religion, brought to you by Wonder Bread. Whenever you guys talk about
you get to choose what you give up. So
what Lauren, do you celebrate that? And what did you give up this year? Or what are you
don't. If someone asks me, I'll be like, yeah, I'm giving up, whatever, ice cream. And I don't eat ice cream that much anyway. So I give up something that I don't care about. But I tell people that I care about it, so I feel better about myself. Because they feel better about me. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I love that kind of stuff. It's like Yeah, Jesus died for your sins. What are you going to do? I'm going to not eat chocolate for a few weeks. We're even, right?
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
And then Easter comes and you eat all the things.
Thanks for being dead because of me. I'm going to not eat chocolate.
Is there any point during Easter where you like people actually ate rabbits? How did they get involved in this?
I have no idea.
People were just like, it would be really great, but would it make this holiday to really sell this holiday? Let's get a cute animal involved. What's it have to do with the whole Jesus rising? Nothing, but rabbits are cute.
Well, it's the same with Santa Claus and Christmas, right? Jesus' birthday. Here's a fat white man with a beard who lives in the north and rides reindeer around.
It's not a true story. I'm just asking.
Sorry, kids.
I mean, like, I don't believe in like the coronavirus shit. That's a hoax. But Santa, don't fuck with me.
Yeah, he lives there.
Why?
Easter Bunny.
With all the conspiracy theories out there, like people believe the Earth is flat, 9/11 was fake, all the things people believe. Why isn't there a certain segment of people that believe Santa's real?
Well, I mean, there was a St. Nicholas.
Yeah, but like, shouldn't there be a certain segment of people that really just absolutely believe in Santa? Like that, like goes the other way in the conspiracy. People are like, if I'm really good this year, he's gonna come. I know it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, can we be like Santa truthers?
You know, I didn't find out reindeer were real until I was like 35. It's a true story.
Anyway, can they fly?
Why? I thought it was like a fake thing for the songs.
No, I said, but can they fly?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I just found out they were real. Maybe they could fly too. Who knows?
I didn't know about fat white people either. I thought that was the myth.
Just head to the closest Walmart. Hey.
Yeah, exactly. He also writes, whenever you guys talk about discontinuing the show, it depresses me a little. I love that we're getting more Brink because of the quarantine. If you do say my friend's name, the CH is pronounced with a little bit of phlegm.
Okay, what's the name? Chaim?
Chaggai.
A guy?
Haggai.
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 A guy.
I think that's it. I think I got it that time. Thank you for listening.
Cool. We will. If you have a name you want to hear butchered on the air, write us.
I don't think we've pronounced one name correctly ever on the show.
We would pronounce the name like Steve wrong. We're not good at this.
Steve. I've been doing that since I had a public access show in the 90s. We had a Devin write in, and I said Devon on the show.
Were you drunk?
No, I was straight edge when we did the public access show. I've always been bad at names.
There's a great. You guys ever watch Key and Peele?
Yeah.
There's a great bit there, like a very classic bit they do, where like the guy's a substitute teacher, but he's from the hood.
I've seen
and
that
he's
one.
Yeah, and he pronounces all the names like he's like, instead of Aaron, he's like AA Run, and and he gets really mad at the students for trying to give like their actual pronunciations. He's like, "Stop fucking with me." It's a pretty funny bit.
Good one.
Yeah.
And let's see. Last email is from Frankie. I think I got that one right. So apparently, Tia.
It's Franke. Asshole.
Frankai.
Clearly, you've never been to Europe.
Frank.
You gotta add phlegm to every name. Frankai. So he writes, did you know T.I. had a podcast, the rapper T.I.?
Literally everyone in America has their own podcast. That's the problem. When we started, not everyone in America. Now everyone in America has a podcast. Like literally every celebrity you can think of has their own show.
Well, apparently he interviewed Alex Jones, so I have to listen to that. Thank you for the link.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, I can't wait for this. He said it's a gem, so I will be listening to that later.
Lauren, how do you feel about Alex Jones?
I can tell you if you tell me who the hell that is.
He's the InfoWars guy. Do you know what InfoWars is?
That sounds familiar. I know nothing. Say more.
Okay. Well, you probably shouldn't investigate this, but it's basically where the craziest batshit lunatic political theories are on the web. InfoWars is like a hotspot for all this stuff. It's basically like if you read the comment section, you would be scared out of your mind if you met any of those people.
Fair.
Yeah.
Like,
he also
like
recently
bad Reddit.
He also recently was on the air claiming that if this pandemic goes on any longer, he might eat his neighbors.
That's Mark's not even joking. That's a real thing.
I think he was not really that serious about it,
but he said it like repeatedly on the show.
Yeah, he says a lot of insane things.
He sounds
and
like
most
a
of the time he's
winner.
not joking.
But the comment section's where all the fun is. Any conspiracy you could possibly think of, and many that you would never think of in a million years, are all in the comment section.
Jay, is it going to be weird next show with Lauren when she's like, I'm really into this Alex Jones, guys. Thanks for making me aware.
He's safe.
I didn't realize that nuclear weapons don't exist.
Yeah.
I saw that one on the site, by the way.
Nuclear weapons don't exist?
Yeah, I saw that one on the website.
Okay, sure. Why not?
So,
Lauren, do you believe in any conspiracies?
Not really. I mean, if someone asked me, I'd be like, did we land on the moon? I'd be like, yeah, why not? And if someone said, do you think there was an Area 51? I'd be like, probably not. Do I think there's aliens out there? Potentially. I mean, the universe is large. But do I have like an active conspiracy theory that I'm like, this is true? I do not. What about you?
Just to be confused, just so I'm not confused, I know Jay didn't understand the reindeer thing. I thought Area 51 is an actual place.
It is.
Okay.
But like that there's aliens.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure, I don't believe, so certain things I don't believe, just to let you know. I don't believe South Dakota exists. I think it's just there's only 49 states. I've never met anyone from South Dakota. I've not seen evidence that it exists, so.
Where's Mount Rushmore?
North Dakota, please. That's also part of the conspiracy.
Got it.
By the way, until this moment, I didn't know Mount Rushmore was in South Dakota, not North Dakota. I don't know much.
So, Lauren, we took the 64, what we thought were the most memorable moments from the show, and we had like a tournament, like the March Madness. And we're at the final four, so we're just going to recap the final four real quick. So
they all sound like just totally normal topics in our.
Yeah,
they will explain why our show hasn't caught on. Go, Jay.
So the semifinals, we had the finalists from the four brackets. So we had number 2 from my bracket, which is CPA, versus number 6 from Bry's bracket, Bry's gambling addiction.
Lauren, maybe you're not an avid listener of the show, but what sounds more a better topic for you? Jay taking the CPA or Bry being addicted to gambling?
I mean, they both. I mean, I know Jay personally. I don't know much about Bry, but they both have, I'm sure, caused a lot of strife. So I think they're equal, to be honest.
But if you have to vote, just because we're voting.
If I had to vote because we're voting, I would say CPA because it caused Jay so much hell that I think it's just good stories all around about Jay strife and crying.
But at least it was worth it, right, Jay?
Sure, it got me so much. It got me so much farther in that.
Jay wanted to say "fuck you, Mark," but he held back, which is really nice of him. So Jay put this up to a vote from our of our listener, and the listener voted, and I'm going to guess CPA walloped gambling.
92% CPA.
Oh,
CPA was a big topic for the show.
All right, so the other.
So CPA is now in the finals of the 64 topics. CPA is. It's a great topic. We talked about it a lot for the show. I'm sure the other bracket will not be a complete embarrassment.
I mean, what could go wrong? We have the Marc bracket versus the miscellaneous bracket. So we have.
Why don't you tell it what the miscellaneous bracket is?
So the miscellaneous, we had the number 1 seed went all the way. Would you rather?
Would you rather? We do a bit where basically I would say like, would you rather before the airplane? Would you rather fly in an airplane now or have a homeless person cough in your face?
Mm-hmm.
And
Lauren, would you rather ride on a bus to New York right now or have Jay cough in your face? You trust Jay?
I trust Jay, but I also know who he lives with, and that's not.
He does live with someone that handles the coronavirus on a daily basis.
That's true.
So would you are you taking the bus or taking Jay?
I think I'm taking Jay because I'm sure Kat is safe, and they wouldn't.
Right. Nurses never get it.
I mean, I'm sure she's as safe as she can be, but I don't know who's on that bus. I trust Jay and Kat more than I trust rando strangers.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's a would you rather.
so
Jay, what's the other topic?
Yeah, the number one,
you want
would you
gloss
rather?
Gloss over it.
And then the Mark topic, we had the number 7 seed going all the way to the finals. Mark's obsession with pedophilia.
I'm not obsessed with pedophilia. I just every once in a while I'll bring it up as a topic.
Like every episode.
I find interesting angles to discuss, and Jay finds it really weird that I've ever talked about it on the show.
I just find it weird that you
and
find
I'm
a way to
glad
bring
I
it
had
up like
no
every
pedophilia
episode.
bits this week, just child marriage. Go on, Jay.
All right, so who do you think made it to the finals?
So it did even though I had other topics that were much better, some reason our listeners thought pedophilia should go this far. But I'm sure Would You Rather, which is a much funnier bit, would win. Lord, what do you think? Pedophilia or Would You Rather?
I'm gonna go with Would You Rather.
Okay. I'm gonna agree with Lauren. I think Would You Rather should win. And is this the first 100% vote?
I think Would You Rather is a funnier topic too.
Of course.
So we had
But
63% obsession with pedophilia. So
trash.
Congrats,
wonderful.
Mark. That is now in the final.
Absolutely wonderful. The only person on the show that has kids has pedophilia for their topic.
I mean, I made it to 7
If anyone can vote
seed.
next week for CPA, please let CPA win this goddamn fucking bracket.
Your children are being taken away as we speak.
It is a little bit weird when I'm going to go to court and they're like, okay, exhibit number 8, episode 300 is the fuck goddamn pre-cassette. Why did we record that shit?
Lauren, it was really funny 2 weeks ago when the bracket was Mark's obsession with pedophilia versus Mark's kids.
My kids, sadly, did not win that bracket.
I mean, I made it the 7 seed because I thought there was 6 funnier topics that you bring up regularly. But
by the way, Jay, I know you want my kids to be obsessed with video games, so they'll do that during the show. And so I'll share something with you that'll make you happy.
Okay.
My daughter is obsessed with this game called Roadblocks. She plays on her iPad. She talks to her friends while she's playing. Anyhow, somehow she messed something up where like her character wouldn't move the way she wanted it to move. And she was just like so upset about it. And she had just somehow in like the settings had to hit the wrong button in the settings. So I fixed it. I have literally never seen my daughter as happy as she was when I fixed her video game. She was just like, "Thank you, Daddy. You fixed it. I can't believe you fixed it. Thank you, Daddy. I love you, Daddy." Fucking video game. Holy shit, that was killing me.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, she wasn't fair. She doesn't care that you like clothe and feed her, but you fixed her game, so you're number one.
Number one. She spends way too much time playing it these days because we both work and homeschool's a joke. So, yeah.
It's weird that like all the games are online now. So that's a whole new aspect of the games.
My son wants to get a PS4 PlayStation, and he's like I can get a Fortnite for it. And I'm like, you already play Fortnite on your iPad, but his friend said it's cool. It's more fun to play it on the PS4. And I'm like, you're already playing the fucking game. Why am I buying another system so you can play the same game?
So you're gonna get him one in next month?
My plan right now is to see if there's any Memorial Day sales, and just buy it then. Whether it's a sale or not, I'm gonna buy it around Memorial Day.
Okay, because 5 months later the PS5 comes out.
Yeah, I don't know. His friend gave him the advice that he should get the PS4, and so he said I should get the PS4, and said not to wait for the PS5. And I mean, what the hell do I care? How much better is the PS5 going to be than the PS4? How much better is the PS4 than the PS3? They're all the same shit.
Wow. I feel like I'm personally offended.
You should be. Lauren, do you play video games?
No, I only play like the musical ones when I'm at Jay's house.
Yeah, we play Rock Band when Lauren comes over.
I can get that one, but tell me, why is the PS5 going to be superior to the PS4? I mean, I'm sure the actual computer stuff will be faster, and I'm trying not to use too many technical terms.
Do you have a 4K TV?
I assume I have a smart TV. I assume it's a 4K TV. Yeah, I have a 4K TV, actually. We bought one that's a 4K TV. We do. Yes.
Then there will be a noticeable difference in graphics. Like, I don't have a 4K TV, so it's not going to be that noticeable. The other difference is that...
Jay, you don't have a chateau? You haven't been to Europe? You don't have a 4K TV? Come on, Jay.
Where's all your money going? I mean, it's not like you got your like masters or CPA or anything.
We have a...
Lauren just taking like shots from Boston now.
we have a high-ranking person at the place I work at, and every time he has a meeting, he works into it that he has a Tesla. It's so obnoxious.
How does he like? Guys, I mean, like, this pandemic's killing me. My Tesla has barely been driven.
He mentioned it today. He mentioned it this morning. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh, I mean, it's nice in this call. Like, I'm glad we all, like, we hit the mute buttons. It's really quiet, like my Tesla.
It was also, like, the cheesiest, fakest. He's like, I had a conversation with my kids, and they're like, because he's really tall, they're like, I know we'll never be as tall as you, but how can we look up to you when we don't know what you do? And I'm like, that conversation never happened, you fucking liar.
Where did he go? He was explaining his conversation. Could we reenact the conversation?
Sure.
Okay. Hi, son and daughter. I wanted to talk to you about my Tesla.
Dad, you're really tall.
I know. I am so tall. It's amazing a Tesla could fit me.
But you know I can't look up to you unless I know what you do specifically for work in extensive detail.
Yes. What I do for work allows me to buy a Tesla, so I do very important things.
I am a human child with real human emotions, and I really talk like this.
Yes, my Tesla has emotions too. It's a wonderful thing.
Dad, you're the best
daughter,
Tesla-owning
you
dad
made
ever.
This ad?
What was that?
I don't know. I was trying to involve Lauren in the bit. Anyway.
No, I'm just listening. That was great. I mean, all around. Very entertaining.
Lauren's like, I guess this is where the pandemic has come to. I'm doing this shit tonight.
Hey, man, it was either you guys or The West Wing on Netflix.
How far into The West Wing are you, and how realistic is it? Is it exactly the Trump presidency?
Oh, Jesus, I wish. I love me some West Wing. I hadn't watched it before, but I started watching it, during quarantine times. I think I'm in season 3, and I love it. I love it so much. And I wish it was like how we were living.
I mean, do you love it the way, like, it's almost like a fantasy watching it, right? Like what government could be?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, they want to tell the truth most of the time. They're getting stuff done. They're making decisions based on morals and laws and stuff. Like, what is that?
It's weird. Like, you should be, like, in the West Wing. Like, you should be in the TV watching the Trump show instead of the other way around.
Yeah, well, it's a good show. I'll probably turn it on when these shenanigans are over.
It's almost over. Don't worry.
It's almost. Jay's like, Lauren. I mean, I told you we'll be done soon. Please.
I'm preparing Netflix as we speak.
All right, I think we are almost done. Do you guys have any other topics you want to bring up before we go?
Do you have any more topics you want to subject this to? I'm pretty good. We could. We can. Yeah, there's nothing. We don't have to hit any more political stuff. So, what do you, Lauren?
Yeah.
How do you think this all ends?
Our lives.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Oh man, I wish I knew. I don't think things are going back to normal, quote unquote normal, for a very, very long time.
Yeah. where are you where are you closer to right now? There's a certain segment of the public that wants to go to a nightclub and just party the night away, and there's a certain segment of society that wants to sit in their rooms and wait for the world to end. Where are you closer to?
I want to sit in my house and wait for the world to get better. Is that an option?
Yeah, no, it's an option. I was just going to yeah. I was going to the extremes, really.
Well, it's like, should we wait for everyone to die, or should we all just die now? How about night would be awesome.
Is there an episode of The West Wing where they discuss that? Because I'd like to know how it would work in a better society.
It might be the next one. I'll let you know.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like the West Wing is probably more realistic than what's going on right now.
It'd be great if they had a reunion show where they just discussed how the government, functioning government, would handle this, just so we'd all know.
I would love that so much.
Or like Veep, if they're like, well, if we were a comedy show, this is how we would handle it, and it's just what's going on right now.
How far into Veep are you now?
I'm up to episode 5 of season 3.
Okay. Are you liking it more now?
Yeah, it's good.
Keeps getting better. Lauren, have you watched Veep?
I haven't yet.
You should watch that after West Wing. It gets really, really. It starts off kind of funny and as it goes on, it just builds up and gets funnier and funnier.
I think I need to watch something dark in between because I have a lot of dark things on my list and I can't watch them all together. So after West Wing, I might watch season 3 of Ozark, and then I can watch something funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Away.
Okay. When you said something dark, I thought maybe you would just turn on CNN and just see what's going on in the real world.
I don't do news, so
you're better off. No, none of us need to do the actual news because you know what? None of us nothing. None of us are working on the vaccine. Nothing us finding out what's going on doesn't really help us. And I think if they actually get the vaccine, you'll find out because people will be screaming in the streets and and all going out and getting coronavirus before the vaccine hits them.
Yeah, it's like CNN. I don't know. I get all my news from Facebook.
Is that not? Do you want to plug your YouTube channel, Lauren?
You have a YouTube channel?
No.
We've not been talking about this?
No. Oh, no.
Okay.
Thanks, Jay. No, I'll just, I don't. It's actually just for like friends and fam. I did it for some friends yesterday. I created some cocktails and put them up on YouTube, and then I made one today. So it's not like a thing. I'm not trying to get sponsors or have people actually watch it. I just sent it to Jay just to be like, hey, if you get super bored, do you want to watch me make cocktails for 20 minutes?
Lauren, just to let you know, announcing something on our show is like keeping it a secret. Same thing.
Same
thing. Not much of a difference. So, but you're making a show of making cocktails and sharing with friends.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I drink every day anyway. So,
if we were doing this show in person and Jay and I said, "Could you whip us up a cocktail to make us happy?" What would you make us?
I want to give you something like with a punch, something down and dirty. So I think I'd start you off with like an old fashioned or something with bourbon.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, why not? I mean, something easy. I personally have a very large bar, but I know not everyone does. So not everyone has like all the things to make a ridiculous amount of drinks. But that's how I treat myself, is to buy lots of liqueurs and booze. And then I just get drunk by myself, and it's amazing.
Sounds awesome. Isn't weed legal in Boston too?
Yeah, I think they shut down like for quarantine. People can't buy it for recreation right now, but it's still open for medical marijuana. So I've heard.
Because that's what I'd like. As much as drinking is fun, I'd like to just get high a lot. That's what I would like to do. But I don't have the. If I could go right down the street and buy it, I would. But I'm not. I do not have. I am bad at getting connections in the suburbs. But I think weed would be the thing I would be doing. Jay, what about you? What narcotic would you do?
If what?
I don't know. Just to pass the time during the coronavirus.
I mean, if I had no adverse side effects,
would you? I guess forgetting. Yeah. Would you prefer alcohol or weed in a pandemic?
If I didn't get panic attacks, I would much rather weed. But I do get panic attacks now, so I can't do that.
Lauren, and you, I guess you prefer alcohol or weed?
I've always preferred alcohol. I've never been like a weed person. I'll have some like an edible every now and again if I go to a friend's house, but I've never actually bought weed myself.
Okay.
Shrooms are also fun.
Do you know, Lauren? Do you know Jay takes shrooms for work?
I have heard that. I mean, not for is it for work? But I've heard.
I mean, it's because it's because of work.
I've heard that like mellowed you out, right, Jay?
It's because of work, not for work.
Right. I was like, are you getting paid for that?
Sir, Jay, we cannot pay you here if you're not taking your shrooms.
I think the worst drug for quarantine would be ecstasy. Well, I guess it's mine.
Off the walls.
Just dancing up a storm alone in my room.
Jay, your performance has not been there. I think you're not taking your shrooms. I mean, if you take your shrooms and work hard here, one day you'll own a Tesla. I'm just telling you that, Jay.
Good callback.
All right. On that note, I think we're done. It's great having you back, Lauren.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This has been fun.
Let's not wait another 8 years.
I know, right?
Yes, but it would be cool to do another show with you before 8 years, Rob.
That'd be great. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Brink of Sanity 3 on Twitter, thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com, patreon.com/thebrinkofsanity, and we're Brink of Sanity on Facebook and Instagram. All right. Goodbye.
Bye, love. Goodbye.